You are listening to the voice of self-discovery. Learn to discover a better you every day. Welcome to Self-Discovery Revelations. This is the 32nd episode and the first in the series on self-awareness. Aristotle said, "Knowing self is the beginning of all wisdom." So today on our self-discovery journey, I'm sharing insight on how to discover our strengths. If you're wondering why it is important to discover your strengths, this awareness has helped me develop self-confidence. It has improved my performance and, more importantly, giving me a sense of direction in life. In essence, by knowing what you're good at, you know where to invest your time and effort. This topic was more or less a burden on my heart throughout my teen years. I longed to know what I am good at from the perspective of my peers and teachers. And somewhere along the line, I found my own ways of discovering what my strengths are, and I am still discovering. So here are my suggestions on how to discover your strengths based on what has worked for me so far. Firstly, identify when you feel energized. Think of times that you naturally feel excited while doing something. This may manifest in your body as an accelerated heart rate, or sometimes smiling unaware. You might even recognize it in your emotions as feeling alive. I remember the first time one of my mentors spoke to me about identifying what makes me feel energized. It came as a very abstract concept. And I think that was because I wasn't paying attention to the things I enjoyed doing, in which I literally lost track of time. So I encourage you to pay attention to the behaviors, activities, and circumstances in which you feel a natural flow of energy. Identify those scenarios in which you feel mentally energized, which comes in the form of, let me say, a perfect ratio of both challenge and engagement, and you see yourself improving over time. I believe by identifying when you experience these sensations of joy and energy that causes you to immerse yourself most fully in an activity, you will identify some of your strengths. Secondly, reflect on your successes. This is another great strategy to discover your strengths. So don't just consider public achievements when thinking of your successes. You will agree that success can take many forms. It might come in the form of a job excellently done, favorable outcomes, or praise feedback from your boss or supervisor. It might even be healthy and beautiful relationships you have maintained over the years, or some fun hobbies you are admirably good at. So think widely when you consider your successes. Once you identify those successes, consider what your role was in achieving each one of them. Look for patterns. As you do so, you most likely begin to discover your strengths. So for example, if you completed a job excellently and the role you played was to organize all deliverables and make sure things were executed seamlessly, that's an organizational skill right there. And if in another scenario, your boss probably pointed out or praised you for how well you organized an event, then the pathing points to the fact that organizing may be your strength. So think along those lines. Thirdly, you can also take strength finding tests. So taking online tests was another excellent option in my journey to discovering my personal strengths. I think there are good ones that are generally pretty accurate and unbiased, as it combines both research and psychology to produce relatable and yet accurate, useful results. So I would recommend free strength tests from High Five Tests, Wing Finder, and Richard Stepp Strengths and Weaknesses Aptitude Test. So I've put the links to these 3 strength finding tests in the description for you. It's rather a short episode, but it has been a pleasure to share today's self-discovery revelation with you. My name is Priscilla Appiah, the voice of self-discovery. Subscribe and click the notification bell. Let's keep learning and growing together. You matter to me. Voice of self-discovery. Do you like a pro?